I think I've been trolled. I've watched The Misfit of Demon King Academy when it came out, and I remember vaguely enjoying it. But after rewatching it, I can understand why the new season is not on the list to get dubbed. When I initially put out a poll of which anime I should recap next, I was surprised and pleased that you guys wanted a recap of The Misfits of Demon King Academy. I was like, we're on the same page, we're on the same wavelength, let's get it. So you know I got my notes in hand and started rewatching it from season 1, episode 1. By the time I made it halfway through season 2, I started questioning if I really ever liked this anime. And when I finished all of season 2 part 1, I came to the conclusion that you guys must have been trolling me because I was so confused. How am I supposed to explain this to you guys if I can barely understand it myself? But since you guys wanted a video on this anime, I had to deliver. So subscribe if you want to be notified when I run polls on video ideas. But please, for the love of anime, warn me if the anime is going to be nonsensical. So let's get into this confusing anime. Now don't get me wrong, I love me a good OPMC, overpowered main character. So Anos was chef's kiss perfect. As an OP character, he is super strong, but shows just the right amount of power and bedazzles every time. He's confident and rational. He's a demon king that was willing to sacrifice one of his lives, work with the heroes, the opposite side leader Kanon, to bring about peace to the war-stricken world. As far as the main character for this type of anime, I think he was well written. My issue started close to the end of season 1. I was first confused when Avos, the fake demon king, turned out to be Lei, who turned out to be the reincarnated Kanon with his 7 sources. You might be like, yeah, he's the fake demon king because he was trying to have the humans kill him so they won't go after the real Anos. But that's not where the issue lies. I think his reasoning makes complete sense. Kanon truly believed that Anos was probably the most caring when it came to the war and peace. But I'm confused about these 3.
I'm the reincarnation of the hero Kanon's first heart. Ledriano Kanon Azeschen.
The reincarnation of the hero Kanon's third heart, Laus Kanon Jilper.
The alleged 3 reincarnations of Kanon? They said that Kanon's sources were split up when he died and they were reincarnated into students. But when Kanon, who now known as Lei and Avos in disguise, was fighting Anos, Anos was breaking his sources left and right, meaning that either Kanon has more than 7 sources or those students lied. I get it, they're most likely liars, but it never gets acknowledged and they kind of just push forward to the new shiny story of Eleanor, a humanoid magic being. Anyways, I pushed through that and continue watching season 2, which is really where it all went downhill. This is a fantasy anime, so I am all for different worlds, beings, and how things come to be. But the way the spirits come to be are just a bit much. For smaller characters like Lei's mother, I just brushed past it. But all of season 2 relied on the story of the spirits. Don't get me wrong, I loved the story between Reno and Shin. I thought it was cute and sad, it had me in my feelings, such a deep love story. But I can't get behind the way spirits come to be. So Reno is the mother spirit, a spirit that is born from rumors and legends of the mother of all spirits. Yet, she's able to have a child with a demon. Even the great tree was confused. That would mean there was a rumor that said she could give birth to a child that is not just spirit. But if that were also true, she would have lived and not caught the spirit disease for being a contradiction. I know there was the rumor of the child of God, but it was never rumored that she was the mother. I truly believe that the writers used the spirits as a way to carry the story and help fill any plot holes. It's like hand waving. Whenever they bring a new concept or story, they gloss over explanations, leaving us waiting for more details, but never delivering it, just accruing more and more detailed debt. The anime also had OP villains like Noscalia, who Shin fights as revenge for ending the life of his wife, Reno. Shin shatters Noscalia's sources into so many pieces, and I'm like, yes, revenge, I'm here for it, this dude is finally gone. But somehow, that doesn't defeat him. Honestly, I lost count of how many times they tried killing him, I get that he's a god and that they state it's hard to kill him, but they also lean on how everyone's source is their life source. So if his life source is gone, shouldn't he be gone? It's all okay though, because of course Anos, our OPMC, comes in and finally finishes the job. Also, can someone in the comments explain to me what happened to Misa? So Lei split her into two with his sword. So her spirit half was a being and her demon half was a being. But given that they share one life source, neither would have survived. And according to this world, you need a whole life source in order to survive. They show this with Misha and Sasha in the beginning, who share a life source. But at the age of 15, Misha was no longer going to exist and Sasha was going to have the whole life source. But you know, OPMC Anos came through, went back in time, had each of them merge with their past self to create one whole life source for each sister. And I was like, okay, I could get with this one. This made sense. But when it came to Misa, they lost me so much that I really don't know how they explained how she was able to survive as a full spirit. But I guess all the confusing stories and plot roller coasters was worth the happy, peaceful ending. Except the end credits showed that Anos was missing a part of his memory, and they don't know if it's when they went back in time. I'm guessing it's a setup for the second part of season 2. I really like the idea of this anime, as well as some of the characters, but it felt rushed. If they slowed down season 2 and all the time travel, war, backstories, I think it would have been better. Luckily, the main character is a great OP character, and he's kind of like holding this anime together. Shout out to Avos. Anos, the real MVP. All in all, this anime is fun to watch, but I will warn you, don't take it too seriously and don't think too much into the plot because you will get just as confused. I won't be watching the new season unless you guys tell me it gets better. But for those of you who will be watching the second part of season 2, I did create a recap. It'll be on my blog by the time this video is posted. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. But I will say this anime knows how to make some hits. Talk to you in the next one. Bye!